you didn't start out in this position. How did that evolve?
That's correct. So I graduated from the University of San Diego with a mechanical engineering degree and an environmental science degree. Very confused about what I wanted to do. I kind of was always told that I was good in math, so engineering was kind of the obvious path. I picked mechanical engineering because there was a really cool lab where you got to build your own guitar in the wood shop. So that was what determined my career choices. So I didn't know, I just knew what I was kind of good at. I knew I didn't want a job where I was going to be sitting around all day. So when I graduated, I was in between picking a job at a big company, automotive manufacturer, just, very structured, kind of like the mechanical engineering dream, or working at a tech startup in San Diego, North San Diego County. And there were 10 people at the time when I started, and my job was going to be to come up with processes so that the machines were built the same every time. So I decided to go with the smaller company. My hope with that was, I don't know what I like. So I'm thinking if I can be in a smaller company, talk to more people and see how everything's done and like continue to grow with this business, then maybe I'll start to know what I'm good at, what I like, and start to pick more of a path for myself. So started as a manufacturing engineer, and like literally my job was to be out in the manufacturing floor, taking pictures, writing down instructions. Think of it like an IKEA instruction book. Like first you do this, then you grab this screw, this tool, blah, 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 like how to build a machine from scratch. So that was my job. I quickly got promoted to manufacturing manager, well before my time, before I was ready. It was very much a jump into the deep end of the pool. I didn't really know what I was doing. I did have kind of a leadership background. Like I was the captain of my soccer team growing up, and like I'm the oldest, so I tend to move into these leadership roles naturally. But this was like official. Here I am, 23. I don't know anything about the world, and I need to manage people that are 10, 20 years older than me. But I liked it. I enjoyed talking to people, and I figured out quickly that it's mostly about organizing things and knowing how to talk to people. So I was in manufacturing for a while. Then I moved on to the service department, basically built a team of technicians so that we can service the machines all over the world. So I started hiring a lot of people, getting exposed to like interviewing people and selecting people for the process. These people, most of them, actually, all of them come from the Miracosta program. And yeah, and it's worked out really, really well. That's so the engineering technician, and they get to travel all over the world. Singapore, Morocco, India. I have a guy in the UK right now, and just fix problems, talk to customers, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So, and that experience with manufacturing, service, and one of the first things that I did for the company was set up an accounting system. So even though engineering, no idea, accounting, I just Googled it, looked at YouTube videos, figured out how to do it, and it kind of worked. So now I'm in this operations role, which puts all the pieces together. So that's how I got to be where I am.
So it sounds like a lot of your success has been due to your audacious temperament and your can-do attitude. It sounds like that's really where you just learned on the fly, by the seat of your pants in a lot of cases.
Yeah, and honestly, I like challenges. My boss is really skilled at telling when I'm starting to get bored, and he'll push me somewhere else, and I'm uncomfortable all over again, so it's exciting. So I really enjoy that kind of environment.
And you mentioned that our engineering technicians, with just that 6 months of, or less than 6 months of training, has prepared them for jobs as an engineering tech, and now they're doing things at the company and traveling around the world. So that's another, you have a degree, but that's another pathway for a shorter term of education without, because we have that program here, and without massive exams and thesis and papers and master's degrees, they can actually get a great job. And
yeah, it's a really efficient program from what I've seen. one of the things that I've noticed compared to like candidates not coming from the TCI program is that character building, the follow-up with interviews. I don't know who's coaching them, but they're doing an excellent job with that. So their people skills to be able to communicate effectively what you want, even, you know, and we have people from that program. Our inventory manager is from the program. Our imaging, he used to be our head quality guy. We promoted him to kind of like an engineering role where he takes images for customers, samples. He's really, really, really skilled at that. We have, like I said, all the service technicians that are like traveling and fixing machines on the fly. We have a guy that came from the Maricosa program, and his interest was more in programming. So he works with software, but he programs robots to work with our machine. And that's his job. He just looks at robots and like fixes things. So it's pretty fun.
What a great story.